I'm Max Kranendijk, leading the Open Innovation team at Rabobank. I'll tell you a bit more what we all do. So the Open Innovation team at Rabobank is there to help all the internal innovation projects with getting a better understanding what's happening in the outside world. So think of getting the whole ecosystem in place, find out which partners are there, which competitors, what kind of trends are out there, and we advise the innovation teams how we can benefit from these insights. But we also help them with scouting then the right partner, shape the partnership for the pilot phase, and we look already potentially how this can work out in a real structural partnership. Now next to that, we're kind of the gatekeepers between companies that want to work together with us, so they can approach our team. We have a dedicated website for that, where they can pitch towards what do they want to achieve working with us together, what do they need, and how can we benefit from them. So we need to make sure that these requests end up at the right people inside the company. So that's also one of the things that we do. Next to that, Rabobank has also a 150 million investment fund, where we innovate together with these partners where we invest in. And next to that, we're very active in a lot of innovation communities, like accelerators, network groups with other corporate innovators, where we share knowledge how to innovate in the best way possible. Now we have actually two very strong KPIs. One of them is that all the innovation projects that we're running, it's currently approximately 70, that 50% of these projects engage with a partner during the process. And it doesn't mean that they really need to work till the end to like a proper partnership, that we resell them or we even acquire them, but that we at least engage with a couple of partners to learn from them, and we use that knowledge to make our innovation better and really make the decision, okay, we really need to build this ourselves because there's no solution out there from another partner that we can maybe use. Now, the second KPI is the number of partnerships, because we think if we do more and more partnerships, we get better at it. The quality will become better, we can do it quicker because we get, let's say, more templates, we have a better culture internally to work together, and more people are familiar with it. So we get better with it, so we expect also better results. Yeah, we were focusing on around 5 partnerships for this year, but we're already far over 10. So hopefully we can bring it even to 20 or 30 for next year. And we already see the results because people are more naturally coming towards us when they're working on the project. Hey guys, can you help out with finding some partners that are active in this space? We together approach a couple of parties that could be relevant. So we see already the successes there. Now, other KPIs that we have is reducing the throughput time for the analysis that we provide, so market insights, but also what we really want to achieve is the time from first meeting to an actual pilot, to bring that really down, because in the past it was sometimes 6 months or even longer, and we really want to aim to achieve this within 2 to 3 months, because that again accelerates the way how we can innovate together with these partners, because we believe we can learn a lot in a reduced time, with reduced effort and reduced money. So that are our main KPIs. We started 3 years ago with the Open Innovation team. At that time we were more consultants, so we helped the innovation teams with getting insights about the market. We did scouting for them with help of our scouting partners, and that information was then used by the teams in order to shape their innovation. We saw that it was quite difficult for these teams to follow up on the information, and especially around the partnerships. So that's why we have now these dedicated partnership managers to help them with getting the approval, shaping the partnership and looking towards the future, how we can maybe integrate them. So in the past we had a lot of separate services, and we see that it comes all together, that we have really like a flow where the teams check in the beginning and even maybe end up with a real partnership. So we're involved in the whole process, and we are also more steering on impact instead of just delivering an advice and it's like take it or leave it. So there we're really improving. Furthermore, we see from the investment point of view that we also steer more on partnering first before investing, so that we really make sure that there's a good fit with the company, that we know can we actually integrate it, are our customers happy with the solutions that they provide. And the last point I want to mention is that we started recently with a single entry point of startups. So we have all our offerings of financial products there for the startups and scale-ups. We are already the #1 bank in the Netherlands that have startups and scale-ups banking at us, 42%. And now we actually also want to become the innovation partner for startups and scale-ups. It's difficult to measure that, but at least our ambition. When COVID came, there was a lot of uncertainty. How would we work together? What kind of impact would it have on the project? But quite soon we actually noticed that almost all the activities could just go on. We could work nicely remote. We had the infrastructure like a lot of other corporates. So we could just work on, I have to say. So there's a lot of digital tools out there. You can facilitate workshops both internally and externally. And there's actually also quite some benefits because of COVID. Because it's more accepted, more normal to plan, let's say, a call just for 50 minutes with a partner to just do a quick check. Is there a fit? What is the proposition actually offering? Because you can't get it everything from a website or a database. So it's really nice to actually talk with a company. And it's a lot more normal now to just do that in 50 minutes. And it can be both with companies that are based in your same country as on the other side of the world. So that's actually a benefit because you can talk to a lot more companies in this way and also be selective that you don't always have to travel to see each other. On the other side, I think we all notice if you have a relationship face to face, it's a lot better. And especially when you decide to work together, it's nice if you can really meet each other in real life. It helps to build trust. It builds to get a quicker relationship. So that's also very important within innovation. I think another thing that is also important in innovation is that you have a good creative vibe, that everybody's happy, that everybody's engaged and excited. And we all know if you have a lot of calls, yeah, that's quite tiring and also I think for most people less fun. And that's something that we miss. And because of depending on the time of the year where you're in, but when you're not allowed to actually see each other, yeah, maybe the spirit goes a bit down. So it's very important that you take that into account, that you also have fun activities, that you make sure that everybody gets enough rest, because innovation is also a lot of thinking, a lot of trying, a lot of dreaming, and we need to make sure that there's also time for that. And when we're all stuck at home, it's a lot more difficult to be creative. So I think there's both pros and cons, but it's very important that you're aware of that and that you take measures to get the best out of it. Yeah, there's a lot of tech trends that we follow and that we're active in, like data collaboration tools, but also crypto, maybe a bit more new, the metaverse. So we do research. Will it be a challenge for us? Will it be let's say a threat, or will it be an opportunity? So we all do that. We have actually a special team for that, our tech lab team. If you look more at our open innovation challenges, I think we have 3 there. One of them is really to improve our innovation partnering process. So what we want to arrange internally, that we create a couple of buckets, how we can run a pilot and what is required in order to run that pilot. So if we have a potential partnership, we shape the partnership to that bucket so we can really get a quick approval instead of having a pilot and then do internal assessment to see in which bucket it falls and what is then required for it. The second one is hand over to the business. That's still a difficult one. So if you have a project, especially with a partner, and it is all successful, and then you want to integrate it in the business, that's something that we also need to become better at, because you always see that people in the business, they have different ideas, they were not involved in the learnings that we acquired or the trends that are in the market, so you need to convince them again. And that's a way that we still struggle a bit with, and I think there's room for improvement. And the last one is that we really need to create a culture within innovation that not everything will be successful. We all know that maybe 10 or 20% of all the projects really has a good impact. So it's fine to stop a project. So we need to learn as quick as possible and sometimes be also bold to say like, okay, this won't be successful or there's not enough potential in it, so please stop it and focus on the project that really make, let's say, big impact, but use all the learnings from the projects that of course are killed in an earlier phase. But the earlier you do it, the more projects you can do, the more learnings, and hopefully the more bigger innovations come out of it. So that's it.